take us on to the next madness, which seems to be around e-bikes.
Well, yes, thank you, Alex, for bringing my attention to e-bikes in Extra again last week when we saw the RAF were being allocated e-bikes. Well, I've been looking very carefully, as you know, and we're seeing all sorts of disasters with e-bikes. E-bikes keep bursting into flames. This is a particularly nasty one. Just a few days ago, destroyed the whole first floor of a house, and the man's in hospital. These are these lithium-ion batteries. So where else are we going to be using e-bikes? Well, hold on, folks, because the British Army have plans for our soldiers. So I picked up this story in Electrek, a very aptly named publication. British soldiers may adopt electric bikes fitted with rocket launchers. Now, so Ben Wallace has been very busy because he and Sir Tony Radakan have decided that this is the way of the future. So looking into it a bit more, I went to look at the Mail Online, who were running a very, tongue-in-cheek headline there, Charge of the Electric Bike Brigade. These are £6,500 off-road e-bikes in Armed Forces technology. Apparently, they're meant to sneak up on the enemy, and they're going to be fitted with all sorts of things. And I've just blown up the graphic there for you so that you can see. I mean, we've got laser-directed energy weapons coming off there. The batteries are particularly big so that they can go a maximum speed of 50 miles an hour, 44-mile range. I don't even know what to say, gentlemen. I really don't know what to say about this. But we do have a little bit of video, and it's silent video. And at this point, I'd like to throw it over to you, gentlemen, to describe possibly what you're seeing. The first part of the video is the UK, and the second part of the video is the e-bikes being used already in Ukraine. Let's have a little look.
Okay, so what we've got here is a soldier. I think he's got a light anti-tank weapon, but it's clearly an advert because he's about to get on an electric bike. He's on a nice bit of coastline, I think somewhere in Dorset, so clearly fighting off the enemy which are about to invade the UK. But this is like something out of a pantomime. And what it is a crude copy of the fact that in Ukraine, the Russians have very successfully been using quad bikes, of course, powered by a proper engine, which can take 2 men and 2 anti-tank weapons across the battlefield very quickly. So I think utter nonsense. I think we've got a second little clip here, and let's play this. And this is them in action in Ukraine, I think. So,
yes.
This
one's in Ukraine, and these have already been deployed, and apparently there's now a whole agenda. But these are electric bikes which are known to explode, that we're putting rocket launchers on the back of. I simply don't know what to say. And as an ex-military person yourself, Brian, I just was interested in your initial thoughts, and I would like to know what's happening in the chat box as well.
Debbie, my initial thoughts of the irony of the fact that, of course, Ukraine's electricity distribution system has been heavily damaged by the Russians. So what better than to provide them with electric bikes and say, well, you've got to find the charging point on the battlefield. So you've got a bit more here. We've got a 50-mile-an-hour police edition. And shall I go on to
we've got a special one for the police that you can see here. You can do a screenshot of that, and not being wanting to be left out, we also have a bike ambulance. So that's what these are the ones that are being rolled out in Paris.
And of course, none of this has been debated properly with the public. This is simply edict coming in from a rules-based international order.